Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, I wanted to pay a very keen attention to this video, a video about a statement that Rigathi Gachagua unleashed. Rigathi seems to be realizing that the new merger between the government and MAINA NJENGA's team in Mount Kenya is meant to make him unpopular. Rigathi has suspected that that is the motive behind this unity between the government and MAINA NJENGA. So I wanted to listen to what Rigathi Gachagua said.
The ICC should not wait until crimes against humanity have been committed. This girl is known to have committed crimes against humanity. Now, with the sponsorship of government, they have come back. And for sure, they have started.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share the other part of that video in a short while. But Rigathi was reacting to what happened on the first, that is the night of 1st January, whereby MAINA NJENGA convened a meeting at Kabiruini showground within Nyeri. And in that meeting, MAINA NJENGA voiced its support for the government, a move that is contrary to the initial position when Rigathi Gachagua was still the deputy president. So Rigathi Gachagua has realized that this is suspicious, and this move is meant to make sure that he is totally unpopular in Mount Kenya. So I want us to go further into this analysis, this video from Rigathi Gachagua, because Rigathi talks about ICC. So he's trying to link abductions, link the previous atrocities that Mungiki committed to forceful disappearances. And he's trying to say that ICC should now look at the issue of observe Kenya's abduction cases. So before we get further on this, ladies and gentlemen, please like this video. It's so important because that is the only way YouTube shares our content. And by the way, I don't take your likes for granted. They mean a lot to this channel. Subscribe to our channel if you are not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel could not have grown. So thank you so much. Rigathi realizing that Ruto is now planning on making sure that in Mount Kenya, votes are split. So Ruto, after carefully observing the leaders there, realized that Ndindi Nyoro cannot do what he wants. ICHUNGWA cannot do what he wants. The governors there they can't convince the locals. So what Ruto did is that he went for MAINA NJENGA, who is still being viewed as someone who supports Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and someone who is a bit neutral. Now, this game plan is not making Rigathi Gachagua happy at all. We all remember back then in the days during Mwai Kibaki, that is the time there was this Mungiki resurgence. And you remember that story for those of us who were keen on following the proceedings back then. Now, what happened is that Mungiki terrorized many people. And it appeared as if Kikuyus were trying to, fight Mwai Kibaki's government. Why? Because they realized that Mwai Kibaki was not championing their agenda back then. So that's why they were somehow rebellious. So this Mungiki was all about rebellion. That there are families of the Mau Mau people who have not benefited from the government. So that was some kind of a rebellion. So Rigathi Gachagua, noticing that that is actually what is happening, has gone back to that time whereby these atrocities were always committed, and it was believed that it was MAINA NJENGA's men. So he's calling the ICC this time round to come and look at this issue of the previous atrocities that were committed by Mungiki. He's also telling the ICC, and the prosecutor is Karim Khan, who was William Ruto's lawyer back then when Ruto had ICC cases. So we also remember when last year Azimio wrote to the ICC to look into the issue of how police were dealing with the protesters. When Karim Khan came to Kenya, the following day, the following week, when he went back to The Hague, he recanted himself. He said that he cannot take over that case, so he was excusing himself and allowing someone else to be responsible for that because of, I think, some kind of interest. Now, what Rigathi Gachagua is trying to do is to simply counter William Ruto. He is trying to counter William Ruto by making sure that this narrative of ICC, ndio inakuwa ni kitu ambayo ina trend. Yani kuexpose hii serikali kwa ICC, ionekane kwamba hizi abductions serikali inajua, ionekane kwamba serikali inafanya na kazi na wale majambazi kama wale ambao walikuwa kwa Mungiki hiyo kitambo. Hiyo no plan ya Rigathi Gachagua. But the plan behind his move is just to try to make sure that the locals does not buy the idea of MAINA NJENGA, because MAINA NJENGA pronounced his stand that lazima wale watu wafanye na William Ruto, so that appears as a stand from MAINA NJENGA, and anaona kama MAINA NJENGA anaweza convince some people. You see, the biggest threat to Rigathi Gachagua in Mount Kenya huwa ni MAINA NJENGA. Hiyo ni kitu ambacho tumeona tangu wakati Gachagua akiwa deputy president. MAINA NJENGA na amekuwa ni mtu ambaye anamshtua.
The ICC should not wait until crimes against humanity have been committed. This gang is known to have committed crimes against humanity. Now, with the sponsorship of government, they have come back. And for sure, they have started. Years later, history is repeating itself. Government has been managing the economy. It has become unpopular. People have started saying no. The same gang leader ametafutwa na serikali na ameletwa hapa to force the people of this region to accept the president and his. Watu wametekwa nyara. Why can police go watafute hiyo watu wametekwa nyara na nani kuliko kulinda hiyo kikundi haramu? Why can police, instead of giving protection to that criminal gang as directed by the deputy president, why can police be deployed to deal with illicit brews and drugs?
Pale manake unaona kama hii meeting ambayo ilikuwa convened, MAINA NJENGA aliifanya uko Nyeri, Nyeri within Mount Kenya. Unajua Nyeri ndio place ambao Rigathi Gachagua anatoka. So kama MAINA NJENGA aliifanya Nyeri, na pale Nyeri hakukuwa na heckles hiyo siku, hiyo inamaanisha kwamba huyu ni a big threat to him. And during that meeting, what he said, let me just quote what MAINA NJENGA said. He said, "The region remains united with the government. Contrary to rumors of mass defection, only one individual has parted ways with Kenya Kwanza. Only one." And then he went further to say, "In what we are calling the Kabirwini Declaration, the youths from this region commit to working with the government of the day. We must ensure our development goals are realized and support our MPs and other leaders to engage with the community and safeguard constituency development fund resources." So that was a statement which MAINA NJENGA released there, signaling his quest for the locals to still work with the Kenya Kwanza government. But Rigathi is not of that opinion. Then he went further to say, "You recently saw the president visit Uhuru in Gatundu. Several cabinet secretaries were named afterward, and we believe this new unity will steer the region forward. With CS Mutahi Kagwe at the helm, we are confident the coffee and tea sectors will be revived." Again, this was a direct attack on Rigathi Gachagua. So in very few words, ladies and gentlemen, MAINA NJENGA and Rigathi Gachagua will be engulfed in political supremacy battle going forward. And in the middle of all this is ICC. The focus is on ICC because Rigathi will be seeking to use ICC to fight MAINA NJENGA, who has been previously accused of many other wrongdoings. But MAINA NJENGA is, I think, bishop or pastor. So he's born again. That's what we know. He's born again. So what is going to happen ni kwamba going forward, Rigathi ataendelea na msururu wa kumwattack Njenga na ICC. So ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.